So there are bots in this zone, which is dumb. We've got 7 maple trees and 6 copper deposits. And this update is gonna make so many old players come back to this game. Hey guys, Frostborn just released a new OBT and it has a brand new zone. But before we get into that zone, there is a very interesting preparation for expedition. The Council of Elders have decided, in order to ensure the safe gathering of resources for the northern expeditions, it is now forbidden to attack each other in forest and rocky lands. Hunters for maple and copper are admitted to Freyrs Land without such restrictions. So basically what they did is, you know, the next update that we've been excited about is Jotunheim Gates. This is kind of an update. This update's more just to fix the game and kind of get everyone to be like, okay, we love this game again. And before they do, obviously, this huge update with Jotunheim. So what they've done here is they've made it to where now, you know, if you're in a red zone, it's a no PvP zone. So actually, before I get into experiencing Freyrs Land, we really need to talk about how the red zone has changed. Okay, so we are in the red zone, and you know, they definitely made it to where that's all family zone now. And I'm assuming we get to see each other. Like, I'm assuming that if another team shows up here, I will find them here. But what I want to know is, did they change it? Okay, no, there's still a tomb. So you can see here that the tomb exists, and look at this. Real player? They're real. Hi. And so they still have maple. So they still have maple. I'm assuming they still have copper, and they still have tombs. But it is still multiplayer. You just can't do PvP. I want this person to talk. Is the chat bugged? No. Why aren't you talking? I hate when people do this. They pull up the speech bubble and I wait to see if they are going to talk, and then they never do. So I don't know if their chat is bugged or not. So we're going to go down here and whoa, it looks like there's Tank Girl. And there's Slave Killer, who has some decent stuff. And he did not finish the zone. Okay, so this is really interesting. It seems like they did not change anything about the red zone, other than it's always family zone now, and you can run into other families, but you can't fight each other. And you can see that when you click on the orange, you know, no, it says no PvP right there. You know, you click on the red, no PvP. So there's no elements of PvP in any of the old zones, which honestly, the way the matchmaking system was in those zones was kind of hard to find PvP anyway. So this actually may be amazing that they changed it that way, because they added Freyrs Land, which has PvP, one zone for all of the PvP. You know where to go if you want to find PvP. Hopefully that means they also made the algorithms to where it's really easy to find PvP. You know, you go there and you find the PvP that you want. So we're going to go there. I'm going to go ahead and run over there. But the fact that they made this, you know, a declaration by the Council of Elders makes me think that this is just a temporary event, kind of like the truce was. So the Frostborn devs have been doing a lot of this, and I kind of like it. They're basically experimenting. Do we like this? Is this working out for the game? The truce didn't have as good of effect as I think they were wanting it to, so they brought it back, and they're kind of trying this out. And then if this works out well, then maybe they'll keep it. But basically, the Council of Elders is essentially the devs, and they're trying things out. So we're going to go into with friends, entering now. So it looks like the Freyrs Land is bugged here in the open beta test right now, because we have not been able to match with each other in our own family zone. So I think that's obviously a mistake. I'm gonna look through here real quick. I want to know. You can see that there's a lot of copper. There are chests, which means that we can trade in this zone. It'll be dangerous, but we can trade in it. But we can also trade in those other zones. They basically made trading a lot easier, which is going to make the Frostborn community, a lot of the Frostborn community, really happy. So there's chests in the zone. There's quite a few chests in the zone. There's a lot of maple in the zone, and there is a tomb. Okay, we're going to reset this. And I think this tomb, we're going to go into it. But I'm pretty sure this... Oh my gosh. Actually, before we go into it, I'm going to look around. I want to count exactly how much. Okay, so we got... we need to be systematic about this. Okay, we're here. We're going to sweep it like this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 maple. That maple, we already saw that maple. So there are bots in this zone, which is dumb. All right, there's 6 maple, 7 maple. Looks like there's 7 maple. All right, so we got 2 copper. Now we're gonna count copper. 3 copper, 4 copper, 5 copper, 6 copper, 7 and 7. All right, I'm gonna bring these 2 bots to each other. Where'd that other bot go? Is that not an actual bot? Ah, that was not an actual bot. Okay, so, basically, we've got about 6 copper, or I think it's probably 7 and 7. 7 maple and 6 copper. That sounds about right. They usually like to make maple a little bit more common than copper. So we've got 7 maple trees and 6 copper deposits. And essentially, obviously, in open beta test, I can't test the algorithms perfectly, but my thought is that probably what they're thinking is we're going to make this zone have lots of PvP. Somewhere you can always find PvP. And if that is true, then this update is going to make so many old players come back to this game. And a lot of the newer players that are scared of PvP are now going to be not as scared to go into the Forest of Shadows and whatnot and grind away. So use this if you're one of those players of the ladder that I just talked about, and you are like, yes, no PvP. Use it while you can, because this is probably a temporary event. So this, I don't think, unless it goes really well and it really makes the game so much better, they probably won't make it this permanent. And so, but it might. If it goes really well, they may make it permanent. And honestly, I think this could work out great. It depends on the algorithms of Freyrs Land. But if Freyrs Land is truly full of good PvP, it's easy to find PvP, it's easy to match with people that you're wanting to match with, then that's going to make the game, that's just going to make so many, it's going to make it easy to have content, easy for people that love PvP to just get as much PvP as they want with as many other people that like PvP. It's going to really make the game feel alive. So the fact that they are fixing in this update, I can't believe it. They're fixing all of these classes by separating them and making it friendly to free-to-play players. And they're giving us a really, like, hopefully, I'm assuming the best, but hopefully a place that's really easy to find PvP as either a family or individual. If that's truly what they're doing, then this is the best update that they've released since maybe classes, the original idea of classes. So this is an amazing update. I think this update fixes Frostborn. If they truly have created a place where we can always find PvP, then they have completely fixed Frostborn. And I think that the old players and new players and advanced players, I think everyone's going to be pretty happy with this. I still think they should add an arena. I still think they should add other events. But if there is a place that you can always find PvP if you want to, that's going to create a lot of, it's going to be able to make it to where advanced people can play whenever they want, as much as they want. And that is a game changer for Frostborn. So, okay, guys, well, we are going to keep looking for those hidden changes, the things that you might not notice. But so far, it looks like the devs have really listened to us. They've factored in our feedback. This is one of the things that I love about the Frostborn devs. We were all a little discouraged when the horses came out because we're like, how could we be so off, you know, not seeing on the same page? But clearly they are listening to us. They've made a ton of changes that we asked for. This is very different than any other game I've ever played. I've never really experienced the devs listening to us so much as the Frostborn devs have. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.